It's the Skin of the Pig show. It's our Insider's Room NFL free pick show here. I have three guests on tonight. Legion's back to give his NFL picks along with Bowser, and we're joined this week by Greg the Greek. So how you guys doing?
Doing good. Can't complain.
What's going on, squad?
All right, so let's get right into this. All three of you guys like one game, a little bit different. A couple of you are a little bit different on how you like this game. But the first game up here is Baltimore, Denver. Denver's a 1.5 point favorite, over under 44.5. Legion, we'll start with you. You like the Ravens plus 1.5.
Yeah, I took this early right when it first came out because Denver, they still need to be tested here. I believe in their defense, even though they played crap teams. But they haven't seen a Lamar Jackson so far this year, or a mobile quarterback for that matter. So I got to lean with Ravens with the better coach, in my opinion. I think Lamar Jackson's going to have 75 to 100 yards rushing. He's going to set up his team quite well. It's probably going to be an ugly game, back and forth. A lot of defense in this one. I think the Ravens defense will show up as well. And it's probably going to come down to the last drive, honestly, in this game on who's going to win. And hopefully it's Justin Tucker with another big field goal. That'd be great, right? But, so we'll see what happens here. I mean, it's going to be back and forth, and it's one of those hard matches to pick. But I just got to take the Ravens just because they're more battle-tested, and I think they're going to be more prepared for this game. So.
All right. Very good. Bowser, you also like them plus the 1.5?
Yeah, so the reason that I really like the Ravens here at plus 1.5, I'm just going off of the strength of schedule. Teddy Bridgewater, I'm not trying to take away from anything that he's been doing. He's been playing phenomenal. But let's go back and let's look at who the Broncos have played. The Broncos played at the New York Giants, won 27-13. Then the following week, the Broncos travel to the Jaguars, and they take on Trevor Lawrence and a rookie there, and they win 23-13. They followed up at home, taking on the New York Jets. So really, when we look at this, we're looking at, three teams that are probably going to finish at the bottom 10 of the league this year. But then when we go ahead and we look at Baltimore, they're taking on the Raiders, who are proven to be at least a good competitive team here. Took on a very hard, tough match against the Chiefs, took them down, and then squeaked out a record win there against the Lions. So with the Ravens kind of being battle tested, I'm really looking to kind of take them here on a 50-50 game. I understand that it's at Denver, but Lamar's a playmaker. I look for him to make the play and do what needs to get done to get the win.
All right, sounds good there. Greg, you also like the Ravens, but you don't even want the points. You're taking them on the money line.
Yeah, well, I just don't want to pay the juice. I'm just taking them on the money line because I think if the Ravens win, they're probably going to win by more than or not lose by 1 point. And I think they'll probably just win if they're going to win. But, yeah, I think that the Ravens, much like Legion and Bowser have already pointed out, the strength of schedule and the fact that they've actually been more battle-tested is really the main factor for this pick. You look at both teams, and even though I would say if you look at Denver's team in the whole, especially right now with all the players that are healthy, Denver is a more well-rounded team. They have better receivers. They can spread the field probably better. And I do anticipate Denver to stack the box with Von Miller and force Lamar to throw the ball and throw in that Denver air and that altitude and try to create some turnovers. So that's the way Denver's going to play it. But at the end of the day, you can't ignore the fact that, this team has coming off an emotional win with the Justin Tucker field goal, and they're probably going to ride that momentum for as long as they can. This really seems like a magical season in a lot of ways for the Ravens. So until I see the Broncos beat a team of, really strength of schedule or a team that's going to be a playoff team, I have to go with the team that we've seen over and over dominate the regular season, especially the mediocre to mid-tier teams. So going with the Ravens.
All right. All three on the Ravens. All right, Greg, sticking with you. Your next game up here, The Carolina-Dallas game. Dallas is a 4.5-point favorite, over under 52, and you're going with the Cowboys in this one.
Yeah, it might be a little bit of a, I guess, what people would call a square play, but especially after how good they looked in prime time. But I think Dallas has a lot to prove this year. They're in a division where they know that they can basically run away with it if so long as they stay ahead of, the pace right now with all the teams losing as they have at the beginning of the year. But I look at Dak throwing 75% completion percentage through the first 3 games. He's basically playing at like an all-time high level for him. So I can't see a situation where Sam Darnold is going to come into Dallas and without Christian McCaffrey not lose by less than a touchdown. I don't think that they're going to play this, they're going to shut down Chubb or Hubbard. They're not going to play this game to the strengths of what Carolina wants to do by setting up the run game. So, yeah, you're going to either see a lot of yards and touchdowns from Sam or, a game we're used to seeing from Sam.
A game you're used to seeing from Sam in New York. Yeah.
That's for sure.
All right, so Bowser, your next game up here I got first, the Chargers -3 against the Raiders, over under 52, and you like the Chargers money line.
Yeah, it's going to be it's a division game here. It's going to be a really close battle. With the Chargers kind of being at home, that's why they're kind of getting that 3-point favorite. In this scenario, with Herbert just having a really nice win against the Chiefs there. I look for his leadership to continue to come out here. And if I have to choose between him and Carr, I'm definitely going to look at Herbert here. He's found a nice target in Mike Williams there. I know Keenan Allen does a really phenomenal job for them, but Mike Williams is a phenomenal secondary option. Austin Eckler's, they're figuring out how to use him now a little bit more in the offense. A couple weeks now in a row where he's got about 100 all-purpose yards. With them being at home, their defense here, I look for them to shut down Darren Waller. They just got a phenomenal back-end defense there to shut down Hunter Renfrow as well. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Chargers here on the money line, skip the points, as I see this one ending in a close game.
All right. Sounds really good there. Legion. Hey, your next game, I swear you must be a glutton for punishment here. I hope you're not watching it. You got the Washington football team. They're 1.5-point favorites over Atlanta. The over-under is 48, and you're going with the under 48 in this one.
Yeah, well, I definitely ain't going to watch this game, so no surprise there. I just, when I look at the defense here, Washington was supposed to be one of the top 5 defenses coming into this year. So far, we have not seen that. Chase Young, I think, only has like 1 sack, and the rest of the defense just maybe they're just not playing just because their quarterback went out early, and now they got the backup in, and maybe they just don't want to play on defense right now. But I just think that this is the game maybe they can get going against a crappy team and the Falcons here. I'm not impressed with Matty Ice at all. When you look at both teams on offense, I think the Falcons are ranked like 28th or 29th in offense as far as scoring is concerned at like 16 points per game. And the Washington football team ain't much better. I think they only score at like 21, 22 points per game. So if you combine their points per game, that already says under. And I'm getting an extra 7-8 points above that. So I don't see how this is going to go over 48 points unless Matt Ryan's throwing for 350 yards and 3 or 4 touchdowns here. I just can't see that. So I got to stick with the under on this one, and it's going to be an ugly game, and just don't watch it. And hopefully cash that ticket anyway. So that's the only way I'm going to know if I've won or lost is when I look at see if I cashed or not. So
well, there you go. All right, so closing this out, Legion, your last pick to the Kansas City Chiefs, Indianapolis game. Chiefs are 6.5-point favorites, over under 54.5, and you're gonna ride with the Chiefs in this one.
I gotta take the Chiefs on this one. I mean, it's a hard pick, really, but I gotta believe in Big Red going back to Philly. Like I said earlier, he just wasn't really, didn't really care for how that organization let him go and moved on. And so I think he still feels a little salty about that. And I think he's going to go into Philly, and he's probably going to hang 30 points on him. And I can't see the Chiefs losing 3 in a row here, because if they are, they're not going back to the Super Bowl at all, in my opinion. And so they need to figure things out, not just on offense. I don't know why you go ahead and sign Josh Gordon, and he's on the practice squad. You think that's going to help solve your problems? No, you need to figure out your offensive line. You need to figure out your defensive line. And how come you're not, putting pressure on the quarterbacks is what you really need to do. So I think this game, they'll, finally get some pressure on Jalen Hurts here. And I just can't see Jalen Hurts scoring over, 24 points if it's in a shootout style like Kansas City likes to get into. So if it's in a shootout, yeah, give me, the Chiefs -6.5 all day, because I just don't see Hurts, keeping up with that at all. If it's going to be a low-scoring game, sloppy, a lot of turnovers and this and that, like if Kansas City has 4 turnovers again like they did in their last game, then yeah, they're probably not covering the spread, and they might even lose this game again. But lightning doesn't strike twice, people. They're not going to have 4 turnovers again. And so I just believe the Chiefs are just going to just run away with this one. And it's not going to look pretty for the Philly fans out there. So, I got to back big red in the Chiefs. So.
All right, there you go. So, Bowser, your last game, you're going to the TB12 coming home. Right now, I saw the line at -7, over under 49. You probably got him early in the week at 5.5, which is a good number there. So, why do you like Tampa Bay?
I still like Tampa Bay even at 7. I mean, if you can capture it at 6.5, I really like that more than I like the 7. I think that they're going to win by 7 or more, so that could end up being a push. I'm going to buy into, I guess, kind of the media story here. Tom Brady is going home. Tom Brady does need, I think 62 yards to pass the all-time passing record of Drew Brees, which currently holds it right now. When I look at this, I know the Patriots got a solid top 10 defense there, but there's just too much firepower on the Bucs. You get Antonio Brown coming back. You got Chris Godwin, Mike Evans. You got Gronkowski, who's, I'm assuming wanting to ball out and perform in front of the hometown of the Patriots there. Tom Brady's just too competitive. He doesn't, I know he's being a nice guy in the media and everything, but he absolutely wants to destroy every part of the Patriots here. To solidify himself as the superior one in that relationship, right? It wasn't Bill Belichick, it was Tom Brady. So again, I really like Tampa Bay here all the way up to the -7.
All right. And to close it out for you, Greg, that's the Indianapolis Colts versus Miami. Miami's 2-point favorite, over under 42.5. And you're going with Carson Wentz.
Yeah, I gotta have
Jacoby Brissett, whoever's playing. Oh, yeah, Carson Wentz. Yeah, go ahead.
No. I mean, I think Brissett is going to be quarterbacking for the Dolphins, right? So, you would think that Frank Wright would really know how to plan against his former player there. But it's kind of like pick your poison here with these two teams. I see the Colts coming in to this game, obviously 0-3, desperate for a win at this point, against a banged up Miami Dolphins team that has shown pretty much nothing this year. I mean, they were in that game and against the Raiders last week, right? But they did have an 85-yard touchdown return interception, which really helped turn the tides early in that game. So I think you're going to see both these teams really desperate to try to get in the fight early in the season. No one wants to lose that many games early in the season. It's almost impossible to come back and make the playoffs. So these players know this, that how important the early wins are for the whole scheme of making the playoffs. So I think it's one of those games where Indianapolis is going to bring absolutely everything they have, and I'll take the 2 points knowing I'm getting a slightly better defense, a slightly better offense, in my opinion, and just roll with basically just a slight edge. in what is going to be a very sharp, I think, week in the NFL as far as the lines go.
All right, sounds good. I thought you were doing a ventriloquist act there for a moment. You froze, but your voice came through perfect. There's no glitches in your voice, but your picture froze. So so your lips never moved, but your voice, the whole thing came through. I thought you were practicing on us. I thought you were like gonna start.
Is it still frozen? I still see
No,
myself.
no. You're okay now. It came back on. But I thought maybe you're gonna start whipping out a dummy or something and start.
No, he's going to America's Got Talent, man. He'll be on there next season.
No, I'm not that advanced yet, man. Let's try to give a winning pick first.
All right, so to run down real quick, well, you all like the Ravens, Legion, and Bowser's got about the plus 1.5, and Greg, you took him on the money line. Legion.
You know what that means? Fade us.
Legion likes the under in the Washington Atlanta game, under 48. He's not watching it though.
Nope.
He's got the Chiefs minus 6.5 against Philadelphia. Bowser is taking Tom Brady minus the 7 against New England.
The GOAT.
He also likes the Chargers on the money line against the Raiders.
This might answer your question. The Las Vegas Raiders money line is.
I didn't have that question. Greg's got the Cowboys minus 4.5 against Carolina, and he also likes the Colts plus the 2 against Miami. So that's their picks for this weekend. Take them for what you will. Don't bet the house on it.
Parlay them all, baby.
Yeah, parlay them all. Hey, I was 3-0 last week, man. Let's go. Let's keep it rolling.
So that maybe it's 18 parlay here. There you go. All right, guys. Thanks a lot. And thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, join our Discord. Check us out on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch. I think that's all of them. And we'll be back next week. And tune in, I think, Sunday for Rise NASCAR Report. And Saturday, Bowser, you got the prop show, correct?
Yep. 2 dudes and some player props.
2 dudes and some player props.
Go.
All right. Thanks, guys. And see you next week.
All right. Take care, everybody.
All right. Good show.